Alright, ladies and gentlemen, step one in trying to upgrade yourself starts in the brain, and more specifically, the mindset. Your brain is so damn powerful. It has so much untapped potential. Just overall can be made to do much more. But we don't always use it to the highest potential because there's not really always much of a need to. And why that is because we have a lot of things that hold the mind down, which may range from being doubtful, undisciplined, or plain basic emotions such as fear or laziness. So in order to really start making up change, you need to tweak a lot of things in your mind. You need to accept or change a few things in order to get somewhere. The majority of people out there have a weak mindset. They let their emotions and urges control them. They have poor self-esteem. They hold doubt against themselves or make excuses for different things. You can't continue like that. You have to be willing to genuinely work those things out because a weak mindset is going to get you nowhere. I'll give you an example of me. I was someone who always thought, oh, I don't have the type of time to do this and that. Or, oh, my schedule is too packed to fit any of that. Or, I can't build any actual muscle at home. I'll just have to wait till I grow up and hit the gym. Or, I'll skip doing these habits because I feel I don't need them. Or, I don't have the same circumstances as other boys have. I just had this bum mindset. Whatever was in my path immediately stopped me. Whatever form of obstacle came in my way, I let it stop me and supported it by holding this bum mindset. Just being super ignorant and not understanding that in order to achieve what I want, it begins here. It begins with you thinking that you can, with you finding a way through your obstacles. The battle begins within us first before really getting anywhere, by throwing out self-doubts, by getting ourselves to realize we could be more, by finding ways around adversity, and by slowly doing that, bit by bit, we build ourselves a winner's mindset. Just in summary, be open to changing the way that you think, because chances are certain that your way of thinking got you to the way you are, and if you aren't entirely happy with the way you are, what's going to get you there is by changing the way that you think, which will in turn change the way you live. Now, I get this is a difficult thing to ask for someone, and this all sounds super cliche, but that's just the first step. You can't let your brain get in the way. You must twist your perception of things to get that, because if you don't, if you keep thinking ignorantly or keep letting your emotions dictate you without you having zero control over how you handle yourself, your journey ends here. Alright, step 2, establish a foundation. This is the part where we begin to question ourselves. Your reason, what's your goal, what's the destination you want to head to? Why do we want to head to this destination? For what, for who? Is it because you have a miserable life, unhappy with yourself, living a dead-end flavorless life? Or is it maybe just because? Or maybe it lies deeper than that. Maybe you want to become better so that you can be a better partner. Or maybe because you want to live a life that isn't just mediocre. Maybe you want to change so that you can spite every comment that has come to you. Maybe you want to leave a legacy that is worth being retold. Maybe because you hate yourself. Whatever it may be, find it. I know for a fact, for me, I didn't want abs for no reason. I didn't just start chasing money just because. I didn't start seeking greatness out of the blue. I was tired of not feeling enough. I needed more than to just live in comfort. I want to be the entire package for my partner, and it kills me inside to live with the fact that my only parent has to risk her safety to travel and work night shifts, and I want to be the dad that I had growing up. It's because of all these circumstances that I must prevail, dominate, and win. It isn't motivation that you need. That's all a load of bullcrap, and it is temporary. It is called being driven. Okay, kids, time for an activity. Look at the person in your mirror. And once you look at that person in the mirror, criticize them in the harshest way you can. Point out every flaw, big and small, things you don't want to admit, things you've been knowing, and let it all flow through. Be the harshest, most direct criticism you can be, and be honest. Alright, let me read you this page from Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. I wasn't fluffy. I was raw because that was the only way to get myself right. That summer between my junior and senior year in high school, I was afraid, I was insecure, I wasn't a smart kid. I duped myself into a negative feedback loop of cheating and scamming that on the surface looked like advancement until I hit a brick wall of reality. I didn't dance around and say, geez, David, you're not taking your education very seriously. No, I don't own it in the raw because the only way we can change is to be real with ourselves. If you don't know crap and you have never taken school seriously, then say, I'm dumb. Tell yourself that you need to get your butt back to work because you're falling behind in life. If you look in the mirror and you see a fat person, don't tell yourself that you need to lose a couple of pounds. Tell the truth. You're freaking fat. It's okay. Just say you're fat if you're fat. The dirty mirror that you see every day is going to tell you the truth every time. So why are you still lying to yourself? So that you can feel better for a few minutes and stay the freaking same? If you've worked for 30 years doing the same crap you've hated day in and day out because you were afraid to quit and take a risk, you've been living like a scaredy cat. Period. Point blank. Tell yourself the truth, that you've wasted enough time, that you have other dreams that will take courage to realize, so you don't die a freaking scaredy cat. Call yourself out. Nobody likes to hear the hard truth. Individually and as a culture, we avoid what we need to hear the most. But if you are the only, and you aren't stuck in some real-world genocidal twilight zone, you'd better get real too. Your life is not screwed up because of overt races or hidden systemic racism. You aren't missing out on opportunities, making crap money, and getting evicted because of America or Donald Trump. Or because your ancestors were slaves, or because some people hate immigrants or Jews or harass women or believe gay people are going to hell. If any of that crap is stopping you from excelling in life, I've got some news for you. You are stopping you. You are giving up instead of getting hard. Tell the truth about the real reasons for your limitations, and you will turn that negativity, which is real, into jet fuel. Those odds stacked against you will become a damn runway. There is no time to waste. Hours and days evaporate like creeks in the desert. That's why it's okay to be cruel to yourself, as long as you realize you're doing it to become better. We all need thicker skin to improve in life. Being soft when you look in the mirror isn't going to inspire the wholesale changes we need to shift our present and open up our future. Too many people don't take accountability or hide from the truth. Don't be one of those people. Face the uncomfort and get real. Make yourself that damn runway. Alright, step 3. Focus on the pillars. Life becomes easier and better when we are all stronger. In all forms. I'm talking mentally, physically, and emotionally. The more durability we build, the better we can execute and handle the struggles life throws at us. The more capable we can become in achieving what we want to achieve. The easier it becomes to manage stress, the better we can tap into our limits, the better life we can have, if only we dedicate time to them. To strengthen these 3 pillars, we need to participate every day in the habits meditating, reading, and exercising. Those 3 habits are non-negotiable. I repeat, non-negotiable. No questions asked. You are not truly on self-improvement if you aren't doing these 3 habits daily and are striving to strengthen these pillars. Now, please, for the love of God, don't let those things overwhelm you the way it did with me. And do not underestimate them either. The combination of those things will change your life. And I can say that with confidence. Like most, if not all of you, I used to think that reading and meditating were a waste of time. I tried doing them several times, giving up constantly, feeling that they were nothing but bullcrap. But give them time. For your own sake, do not skip out on them. We need to understand that once we don't level these skills up, we won't have the strength or the ability to actually fend for ourselves. The more likely our butts will get kicked when we have a date with adversity and end up with our tails tucked. Those 3 habits will all complement each other, and they all work better when they are working with one another. And those 3 things will guarantee you more confidence, happiness, and will help you with everything in life. Alright, number 4, start cleaning. You need to morph into the mop master, the sink superintendent, the chore chief. Learn how to get yourself to be responsible for all your household work without having to be asked by mommy or daddy. Don't wait till your mother tells you to wash the dishes. Don't rely on your parents to cook you dinner. Don't wait till you're being yelled at to clean your room. Learn to do these things against your own will if you must, and master them on your own. Some of you already know how to do these things and don't want to hear it coming from me, but I'm telling you that this is really the first actionable step with self-improvement as a young adult. Once you learn to accomplish these boring tasks at your own will, even when you do not feel like doing so, Washing your dishes each and every time you eat, doing your bed every morning, simply becoming a master at these basic adulting skills. This simple practice will eventually prove to show to be the catalyst to building that true grind set, the best teacher of discipline and consistency, especially for complete beginners. This task isn't hard to the point where it's extremely overwhelming, but chances are no one is eager on doing those. For the most part, I'm sure most people clean their houses when it gets to the point in which they need to. But we aren't most people. When we do hard things, when we keep challenging ourselves and do the hard work, especially when we don't feel like it, eventually what happens is that you desensitize yourself to that thing. You train yourself to be freed from the bounds of your emotions. Like, let's say you're scared of cockroaches, for example. The first 10, 20 times you kill one, it's hard. You're scared. You're pushing yourself to get uncomfortable. But what happens is that over time, you get used to it. You get hardened to it. It doesn't faze you as much. You get stronger. Your state of uncomfort becomes comfort. And so then what happens? You start to become immune to it. You begin to break free from the chains of your emotions. Fear has less control over you as you keep acting against it. So therefore, you become more capable. And just like that, you'll be able to do what you set out to do on your command and have unlocked such high value and precious skill that very few people have. A skill that can only be earned through hard work and dedication. And that, my friend, is something beautiful. Now, I don't want to hear some dumb bum in the comments be like, but life is about being happy and joyful. Why would you expose yourself to negative feelings all the time? That's just dumb. When we have more capability, we will be happier. When we break down our constraints, when we know in our hearts, in our heads, that we have control over ourselves, that we can overcome our feelings, that you are a boss, that's when happiness is really achieved. If you find that through ice cream and video games and are fine with not being able to order your food confidently, hasta la pasta, bro. This video ain't for you. And that isn't even the end with the benefits. What this also does is it teaches you how to be the architect of your environment as opposed to being a victim to it. If you live sloppily, chances are your actions will reflect so. However, if you take charge of the things around you, keep things down on your terms, keep things neat and disciplined, you'll also be a reflection of that. I know it sounds really dumb to most people at first, like, how does cleaning my room have to do anything with changing my life? But by doing it and sticking to it, it is the only way you're going to really comprehend. Now, in closing, I know as I said earlier, don't let every single thing overwhelm you. And don't attempt to go super 100% full throttle just yet. Because chances are high that you'll be more inclined to give up. Take bite sizes. It always begins with small bite sizes. Start off with reading a page of a book every day. Meditate a minute day by day. Begin with training some mobility exercises for some time before making the jump to heavier exercises. Make the last 30 seconds of your shower cold. Try to keep your posture straight all the time. Just find ways that make you exist outside of your comfort zone, both big and small, little by little. Add progressive overload over time, and you'll get there. Focus on making a habit of these things first. And remember, every day is grind day. See ya.